It'd be dangerous. Hey, I'm just saying, man. That's what Shedeur said. It'd be dangerous. If we recall back to the Las Vegas debut, a game I was at. I gotta say that, man. I gotta say that, man. I'm sorry, man. I was at Shedeur Sanders' debut in the NFL in Las Vegas. I got this shirt in Las Vegas. I'm just saying, it's a little faded now. It's a little cheap shirt, but anyways, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, hey, do me a favor. But like I'm saying, it'd be dangerous. Hey, Shedeur got 3 new offensive linemen. Better than the garbage they had there before. Okay, I'm just saying. If they really wanted to go get a quarterback, a veteran quarterback, they could have did it, but they didn't. Okay? Todd Monken understands what's up. He already done spoke to Shedeur. He probably liked what Shedeur was saying. So I'm like, hey, man, this. Plus, Todd Monken, we already know Todd Monken's a Shedeur guy. Let's look back at the history of Todd Monken and his adoration for Shedeur Sanders. Okay, when he was being recruited out of high school in Texas, Todd Monken was definitely enamored with Shedeur Sanders. He made a trip to Georgia when Todd Monken was offensive coordinator at Georgia. So that just leads you to believe that he always been very fond of the upside to Shedeur Sanders. And if you look at Lamar Jackson under Todd Monken, explosive, dynamic. You don't know what you're getting out of Lamar Jackson, just spectacular. And he's somebody that likes to extend the plays. Something Todd Monken doesn't, look at as a demerit or something negative. Like a coach like Kevin Stefanski was looking at that. He wants somebody that's in structure. He wants somebody that's a robot. Somebody like a Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel that's going to get the ball out, even if it's 2 yards down the field, but he's going to be in structure. He's going to be within the scheme of the offense. That ain't Shedeur. Shedeur is he's like Michelangelo. You can't put him in a box. He's like an artist, okay? You can't be like, hey, paint inside these lines. The artist's going to be like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to paint outside the lines. I want to be a little bit obscure. I might change the play on the fly, okay? He's a magician like that, okay? Like kind of a la Patrick Mahomes. I'm not comparing Shedeur quite to Patrick Mahomes, but I'm just saying in that scheme of things, a quarterback like that, we're seeing more of that in the NFL where you have to be creative. You have to be able to work out of structure. Now you have to work inside of structure, but you need a quarterback in 2026 that can work outside of structure because these defensive players are so fast. So sometimes it's necessary to work out of structure because they're going to be on your, they're going to be on your butt right away. So you need somebody like Shedeur. It'd be dangerous. And it'd be dangerous. I'm just out there, just throwing it out there. I think I said it towards the end of another video, but I'm just saying, if you give Shedeur the whole runway for 2026, which it looks like the Browns are going to do, okay? If the Browns wanted to have Shedeur have another veteran presence in the locker room to possibly compete for the QB1 position, don't you think they would have went out and got someone the first day of free agency? And I know Cleveland media, they're going to be like, well, Kyler Murray still might come to the Cleveland Browns. Do you really think Kyler Murray, when he has the choice to go to Minnesota, who have a great coach in place? I'm not saying Todd Monken can be, but they already have a system in place that's proven and tried with Kevin O'Connell there in Minnesota. So that would be more appealing to somebody like Kyler Murray that's established as opposed to Cleveland where they're trying to build something up with Todd Monken. Do you want something that, you don't really know about, or you want something that's kind of known? So if Kyler Murray's probably like, yeah, I probably want to go with something that's a little more stable. I'm not saying that Cleveland Browns can be stable. They haven't been stable the last 2 years because they've been, 3-14, 5-12 under Kevin Stefanski. We know Kevin Stefanski voted on by the NFL Reporter as the worst coach. Hey, Jason Lloyd, and all of your slander against Shedeur, did you add that Kevin Stefanski was the worst rated coach by the players last year? Did you add that the Cleveland Browns had the worst offensive line? Did you add that the Browns had the worst receiving core, who got the least amount of separation? Did you add that in your slander towards Shedeur Sanders? Of course, your gnome-looking self did not. Boom. Cascade just had to get that out there. Had to get that out there because I'm tired of the slander from one Jason Lloyd about our boy Shedeur Sanders. Getting back to what I was talking about. It'd be dangerous. Yo. You already saw somebody mention Michelle Barnes. If you're watching at this point, you mentioned that Shedeur with the TCU game. You go back and watch that. The TCU game against the national runner-ups the year before. And I've seen people try to discredit Shedeur Sanders because they're going to be like, oh, TCU didn't end up being that good. Well, we didn't know that at the time. That's not Shedeur Sanders' problem. That in his debut in Colorado in 2023, he went out there and threw for 510 yards. 510 yards. Okay? Don't be surprised if the Cleveland Browns, they have their home opener at home. If Shedeur does something dangerous, his very first start, when it's nice weather outside in Cleveland and the season is fresh and Todd Monk is going to give him the green light to be like, hey, you see Isaiah Bond? You go hit him on that go route. All right? You try to hit him multiple times on that go route. Go over the middle, Jerry Jeudy. Give me a deep post. And run like your life depended on it. Sometimes Jerry Jeudy was dogging it out there. And I think that mainly had to do with the scheme that Tommy Rees and Kevin Stefanski, they, terrible. Hey, look, man, I'm sorry for y'all Atlanta Falcons fans. Y'all about to really find out how rudimentary that Kevin Stefanski's offense is, man. Y'all about to go from being 8-9 to possibly not being 8-9. Y'all, people want to talk about, oh, the Cleveland Browns have the worst quarterback room in the league. Y'all got Tua Tagovailoa, who can't throw past 30 yards like Dylan Gabriel, and y'all got Michael Penix, who started 12 out of a possible, I think, 34 games for the Atlanta Falcons. But y'all want to talk about Cleveland Brown having the worst quarterback room. Shedeur has been incredibly durable throughout his career. That's something the Jason Lloyds of the world don't like to bring up. Been extremely durable. That's something that, those are intangibles that Cleveland media don't want to bring up, that this guy's tough. Mary Kay Cap, she brings it up sometimes. Tony Gershon brings it up sometimes. But that is an intangible that Shedeur is tough. On top of being extremely skilled, and on top of being a better athlete than people giving him credit for. Also, people want to talk about, oh, Shedeur not athletic like his dad. Sure, there probably only one other athlete that was as athletic as Deion Sanders in his prime time. It was probably Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders are looked at neck and neck as the greatest athlete of all time in the modern era. So yeah, Shedeur's not gonna be up there with the greatest athletes of all time. Who is? And they try to use that against Shedeur. But when Shedeur got in, people were like, oh, Shedeur got better wheels than I thought he would have. I mean, the run against Tennessee Titans, it's like, it looked like he about to get sacked. He kind of runs around, scrambles around, gets in that end zone. Yeah, boy. I'm just saying, man, it'd be dangerous. You give Shedeur a chance, it's gonna be magic in 2026, man. It's gonna be nice. I'm just saying, it's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be more of the Tennessee Titans Shedeur, more of the Raiders Shedeur. We just need Shedeur to be consistent with it. Now, Shedeur, he was inconsistent last year. I think that had more to do with the scheme and Kevin Stefanski more so than his own ability. We've seen Shedeur when he's comfortable at Colorado, when he's given the opportunity to have an offensive line that he trusts. He didn't really trust the offensive line last year, and he has weapons in place everywhere. I don't even know what Shedeur looks like when he has a competent running game. We've never seen it. I've not seen Shedeur have a competent run game at Colorado or at the Cleveland last year. And people don't like to add that. People just want to be like, 10.8, and the EPA was 44 out of 44. That's easy for somebody to regurgitate those advanced analytics instead of looking at the film and be like, oh, that Titans game, I like what I saw from Shedeur in the Titans game. I'm just saying, it'd be dangerous if we can see that more often than not. With a coach that believes in him. Kevin Stefanski, his scheme was terrible. And I just laid out to you that Kevin Stefanski ranked last, dead last amongst the players. These are the players that voted for their own coach. And other teams, they put out report cards and they voted for their coach. They did not rank their coach as low as the Cleveland Browns ranked their coach. It's funny people in media didn't bring that up, kind of rushing it to the side. But every time they get a chance to talk about Shedeur Sanders, every time they get a chance to slander Shedeur, they're all like, "Yeah, we're gonna take our shot. We're not gonna miss." But y'all not talking about Kevin Stefanski was the worst rated coach according to the players last season. We had the worst offensive line. We had the worst. Quinshon Judkins was getting hit in the backfield multiple times. How are you supposed to operate as a quarterback when you constantly in 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13? Yeah, that's why Shedeur Sanders had 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns total, and 10 interceptions. You passing when everybody knows you're about to pass. Shedeur is not at the point where he can just go out there and just pick up every 2nd and 13. He's not at that point yet in his career. Can he get to that point? Sure, but you gotta, with any young quarterback, you gotta get that quarterback comfortable. You gotta get that quarterback. A young quarterback's best friend is a great running game. Okay, so that's what the Cleveland Browns are doing. They're building their offensive line back up. They already got the infrastructure for the running backs in place. I don't think they need to add running backs. They got Quinshon Judkins. They got Dylan Sampson. They got Rocket Sanders. So they have the running back room set. They have Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley, great running back coach, good former player for the Eagles mostly. They're building offensive line. They got 3 offensive linemen that they signed already at the time of this video. Okay. So I'm just saying, man, everything being put in place for Shedeur to be dangerous. It'd be dangerous in 2026. The groundwork's being laid. Now let's go get that number 1 receiver, get that left tackle. I think that's what the Browns are going to zero on in the first round. I think they're going to go get their left tackle, probably with the 6th pick. I would rather have a left tackle at 6 than Carnell Tate. And then at 24, or maybe if you want to move up or you want to move back a little bit so that maybe you get a first round. Or maybe they package that 6th pick overall. Maybe they package that. They go back. Somebody can come up and somebody might get Carnell Tate so that you can go back in the draft, maybe around 10 or 11, get a first round pick in 2027. So you got 3 first rounds in 2027. So you can be aggressive. Andrew Berry says it's going to be aggressive in free agency in 2027. Aggressive in the draft. That's the year you want to look at, okay, for the Browns. That's the year you kind of get under Deshaun Watson. That's the year where it'd be dangerous. So I think this year is an audition year for Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, you need to knock out the park this year, and I think he will be. I think he is. And it'd be dangerous, man. I tell you, man. If given the opportunity in 2026, Shedeur got over 4K. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Okay. Like this video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. I do it for y'all. Black Independent Media. Hey, man, we got something to say. I'm just saying. All right, KSK out. Peace.